Do you ever feel a hurting emptiness inside that makes you sad and lonely? Like there's a void or darkness you can't ignore, no matter how hard you try distracting yourself or being around others. We all experience loneliness now and then. Recently, you may have felt an intensified longing for connection after falling out of touch with close friends or family. It's not that you dislike them now, you just don't feel like being around anyone. Solitude gets a bad rap. We're taught to fear being alone, so we scramble to fill quiet moments by constantly keeping busy. But time alone doesn't have to feel lonely. Alone and lonely are radically different experiences. Instead of desperately avoiding alone time, we can transform solitude into a wellspring of creativity and self-knowledge. If we approach it with an open, gentle presence, embracing solitude reveals hidden inner riches that reconnect us to the beauty of simply being. Why you might feel lonely. Loneliness seems to be reaching epidemic levels. Now more than ever, people report struggling with persistent isolation and an inability to connect. Our modern way of life has disrupted how humans have related for thousands of years. Technology has connected us digitally while distancing us physically and emotionally. No wonder loneliness abounds. We are all suffering from a touch hunger. On top of societal shifts, personal losses and life changes often trigger painful loneliness. The ending of a relationship, loss of a loved one, moving away from friends or family, opting out of unhealthy situations. These necessary steps towards growth still exact an emotional toll. Loneliness signals our need for belonging. It reminds us we are relational at our core. But fulfilling that need requires courageously turning inward rather than desperately grasping for external validation. Outer fixation traps us in reaction mode, idealizing connection, then rejecting reality when it falls short. Only by learning to embrace solitude's fullness can we stop chasing fragmentation. Suffering surfaces our weariness with broken attachments that never completely satisfy. Let these feelings spur you not into fearful isolation, but transformative inner union grounded in self-love. What wounded parts ache to know they belong? How can you compassionately companion yourself today? It's okay to be alone. Solitude gets stigmatized as inherently sad. Popular narratives imply something must be wrong with people who withdraw from constant stimulus and socializing. But humans need alone time. Privileging isolation over interaction at all times misses the point. Both have their place on the spectrum of health. Periodic solitude serves vital functions. Retreating inward renews our perspective and creativity, helping us process emotions more clearly. Without the noise of external input, we access submerged aspects of self and refresh our energies. Our culture desperately lacks rites of passage marking transitions into new life stages. Structured solo time can fill that gap. Throughout history, seekers and shamans turned to nature's wildness when feeling the call inward. Vision quests involved fasting alone to induce altered states. Indigenous adolescents wandered forested areas to connect with their life's purpose. Monks and nuns took vows of silence in remote monasteries and temples for spiritual awakening. So if you feel an instinct towards aloneness lately, consider it an invitation, not a problem. How can you ritualize this transition? Allow quieter activities that nurture presence. Explore journaling, meditation, art making, gardening, movement. Don't judge each moment. Simply open to receive solitude's hidden blessings for growth. You will emerge renewed with clarity about your next right step. The power of embracing solitude. Solitude strips away identity constructs formed by external validation. With no audience present, the masks we hide behind dissolve. What remains is naked truth, which can feel profoundly vulnerable after a lifetime of obscuring it. Facing oneself with radical honesty reveals aspects eclipsed by collective conditioning around worthiness. Social programming taught most of us hiding was safer than standing openly in our power. Escapism keeps us small to avoid rocking boats, but now it is time for a great revealing. Mass awakening is unfolding as more people shed limiting beliefs about inherent inadequacy. Turning our focus inward connects us to the wellspring of wisdom, creativity, and courage that was always there. The emotional, psychological, and spiritual growth catalyzed during solitary stillness ripples outward in waves. Every time someone embraces their solitude completely, it raises the collective consciousness. The more minds awakened, the quicker we reach critical mass. Practicing presence during loneliness lets truths take form. There will be moments of profound grief, anger, despair, or shame as your deepest pain surfaces for integration. Let it flow through you with compassion. You are strong enough now not just to survive, but to be transformed. Soon the light returns. What vision of fulfillment wants to emerge? Allow your higher self to guide visualizing your next incarnation. Who do you wish to become? This germinates the seed. When you break through isolation into incarnation of your true essence, no longer alone but all one, you realize all was perfect, orchestrated by love. Conclusion. Solitude holds power if we learn how to access it. Instead of desperately distracting yourself the next time you feel alone, consider it a pivotal opportunity. Lean into the discomfort, meeting it with gentle, grounded presence. Allow whatever wishes to arise within you. Cry, shake, laugh, create. Attend to your inner realm with patience and curiosity. There are no quick fixes or easy escapes from the soul's journey towards wholeness, but you need not travel entirely on your own. Support is available in many forms if you ask. Talk with trusted friends who won't judge. Seek counseling or spiritual guidance. Pray. Read accounts of those further along the path. Most importantly, begin speaking your truth without apology. Bottling up pains us, expression liberates us. You may be surprised how your transparency gives others permission to reveal their hidden battles with loneliness. The most catalyzing connections are built through vulnerability, not image projection and pretense. As we individually shed perfectionistic personas that keep us feeling separate and unseen, we collectively remember the wholeness encompassing us all along. In solitude's fire, identities built on external validation burn away, leaving only the indestructible truth of who we are. Our divine selves emerge renewed from periods of painful isolation through choosing love over fear. Will you join in this global transition toward the light? I welcome your thoughts in the comments. Please share how embracing solitude has transformed your life. Let's support each other in remembering we're never alone.